Hey, what's up you guys and welcome back to my channel.
Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel.
Hey, what's up you guys and welcome back to my channel.
Hey, 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 what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel.
You're watching Lizard Guru.
Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to welcome all of my brand new subscribers and anyone who's randomly coming across this video. It's really great to have you guys. So for today, I have an interesting topic, and the topic is male versus female bearded dragon care. So let's get to it. Alrighty you guys, so the most important thing to note is that they are both wonderful babies to care for, and they have the same basic husbandry and care needs. However, the differences lie in their personality, behavior, and minimal care needs. So let's start with the females. Number one is size. So females are a little bit smaller than males, particularly in their heads and in their length. Usually they're around the same girth, which means the width. However, there is the exception that sometimes males can actually be smaller than females, and this is generally because they're the runt of the litter or they're just a different species of bearded dragon. Number two is personality. Females tend to be a little bit more docile and have a little less personality. This is not to say they don't have a personality or they aren't full of personality. They're just not usually as full of personality as the males are. And number three, of course, is being gravid. Males can't get gravid, and what this means is egg bearing, whether they are fertile or infertile, which means whether they are carrying eggs with babies in them or eggs with just lizard juice basically. And the lizard juice ones, which means non-fertile, I tend to call this a lizard period because all they're doing is having those eggs during that time of year during the summer, and they can lay a couple times during that year. However, it is important to note that not all females produce infertile eggs, which is a blessing to some of y'all. It doesn't happen to all of y'all, but if it does happen, it's not the end of the world. You just need to make sure that you give the proper care. And if you know nothing about gravid beardy care, go up here and start with this video. I have a video on how to create a lay bin for them, which is what they need. The proper digging substrate you have in it is all included in that, along with the aftercare for them and what a gravid beardy means. So if you go up to this video and watch it, it'll get you started. It is also important to note that if you care for them improperly, you can risk death. And sometimes, even though you do everything right, they can still end up dying because they have eggs stuck inside of them or complications with egg laying. And this can happen with fertile or infertile eggs. This is why it is very important to go to the vet and get them checked out during these times. So let's start on the males. For males, when it comes to size, as I explained before, they are usually bigger, have chunkier, wider, bulbous heads, I like to say, and they're longer. And number two, for personality, their personality tends to be all over the place. And bearded dragons do have life stages where they change their personality, but with males it is drastic for them after the year of one. Because after the year of one, they hit sexual maturity, and during the summertime, which is mating season, they'll typically be super angry, start bobbing and stomping, blackbearding all the time with nothing setting them off. They'll start darting around the floor if you let them out. I mean, they can be aggressive. Sometimes they might bite during this time. And this is simply because it is mating season. They have all these hormones going through them, and it kind of makes them a little crazy. They just don't know what to do with themselves. And basically, they are ready to mate, which means they're looking for the females. They're looking to, get off in a really vulgar way of saying it. And this brings us to number 3, which are sperm plugs. So if you don't know what these are, basically males kind of have to have a release of some sort of sperm during this time of year, usually during mating season. It can happen other times of year, but it's usually during mating season that this happens. And it's basically when they have that release and it dries up and it kind of just gets stuck there. Sometimes people mistake it for dried poo or an infection of some sort because it can be like white and or yellow colored and they don't know what it is. But you need to be very, very, very sure that you do not rip this out because it can injure them and cause infection. So if this occurs and you have a sperm plug, all you need to do is give them a warm soak for a little while, let it soften some, and then gently scrub it with a soft bristle toothbrush, and it generally comes right out. If you have issues and it's starting to look like it's, you know, actually getting infected, then be sure to go to the vet and they can help you with that immediately. And then there are some times where it just naturally comes off on its own. But if you see it, I would start with the warm soaks and baths and see where it goes from there. And this brings us to the last topic of males. Basically, when they're making these sperm plugs or getting a release, sometimes during this time of year, they can get a little excited or frisky, and they tend to gravitate towards things that feel really nice, like soft blankets or socks or washcloths or stuffed animals per se. I don't really know how else to say this, but they get a little freaky with it. Yeah, I'll just let this next clip explain that. So basically, a lot of people actually figure out that they thought they had a female and they figure out it's a male because females don't do this. If your dragon is doing this, it is most definitely a male. Okay? And if this is happening, don't disturb them. Just let them do their thing. Just let them finish, you know. They're just being teenage boys or grown men. And just bring them back into the tank afterwards. I would not recommend touching their cloaca area because it might be a little juicy. But anyways, so other than these things, they have the same exact basic care. They need the lighting, they need a UVB bulb, they need their heating lamp, they need to be fed a salad every single day, they need to have their bugs, and that also depends on whether they are juvenile or an adult dragon. Always start the adult dragon diet once they hit around 10 months to a year old. If you have no idea about the adult dragon diet, go up here and watch this video and I explain it in detail. So with that being said, you guys, I hope this was helpful, and if you are still watching, be sure to like this video, share this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to check out all of my social media accounts and follow me because I post a lot of cute little snippets and videos that I don't post anywhere on YouTube. So I have a Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and I also have a Facebook group. Also, if you have not heard yet, I have a second channel. Here's the name right here. On this channel, I post a lot of random entertainment, animation, live video, a mixture of both, in a bunch of different genres, horror, comedy, you know, it's just random as the name suggests. So if you're interested in that, go check it out, type this name in, and hit that subscribe button. And for both of my channels, this one and this one, be sure to hit the notification bell so you get all of our updates. So as always, from my family to yours, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. Mwah!